Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm here with my deck profile of my 1.0 Dark Worlds. There's a lot of controversy this format, well, not really this format, but on the Dark Worlds, if they are even worth playing without tour guides. I'm gonna honestly say, if you don't have tour guides or you're not running the OCG lists, don't even try to play this deck. You're not going to have consistency, you're not going to have control, and this deck is a very control swarm based deck. And I've seen a lot of people run some horrible techs, and just really no, there's no way you can try to justify any of this. But right now, as my 1.0, I'm running a OCG list with a little bit of my list with tour guides. Right now it's working okay. Not the best of what I want it to work at, but once my tour guides get in the mail, I shall definitely be moving on to the 1.1 version with my tour guides. Anyway, start it off. 3 brow, you gotta have your draw power. You don't run 3 of these, you're bad, stop playing the deck. There's no reason you shouldn't run 3. With the Dark World dealings, you +1. So, on top of that, you gotta run your 3 snow. Searcher, 17 beat stick goes up to a 2000 beat stick, while your brow goes up to a 17 with gate. Searches out everything. His effect is weirdly stated, but still, artwork's pretty beastly. Got purple lightning in the background. Then your main big dude is Grapha. 3000 beat stick, 27 without gate. Pops 1, comes back whenever you have a Dark World on field, and these are your only 6 you need to really just keep spamming him to the point where your opponent just can't do much. I got 18 defense, so it's pretty alright. And from here on my monsters is text without my tour guides. I run 2 Doom Cows. Right now it's even still a good card. You summon this first turn and set a couple back row. Your opponent isn't really going to waste its Lone Fire, waste its tour guide, nothing really like that. It's going to wait to try to get rid of it with something that's unnecessary, and a lot of the times it ruins their bigger combos because that unnecessary card is needed with a necessary card to explode. On top of that, it becomes a 21 beat stick. It stops people from synchroing even too, like agents going Trish. If I have one of these on the field, they don't really want to set up a Trish play because they're just going to automatically lose their Trish to this guy. So it really just locks down, and also it hits food for my gate because once it hits grave, I can't special summon it back. So might as well just remove it, drop 1 plus draw off of it. I run a Gores. He's pretty situational. I mean, since I have gate, a lot of people don't hit gate, they hit back row, and I've got a gate sitting on field and nothing else, and I've got a Gores in hand, and it really kind of sucks, but you know, sometimes you just get those times where your gates die and everything, and Gores is there. And also I've had Gores to ditch to grave, also remove him. He works like pretty good. My 1 Lord tech is gold due to his destructive, and also I can hit that this nice little combo where I just keep special summoning out, sending him, getting a Grapha, you know, having another Dark World, tributing it off, getting him, you know, having just another big beat stick and a tribute, a 1 tribute, because sometimes it's actually needed, and he's a 26, so he's a nice 1 tribute to ram over a lot of things. I run 2 Scar, Searcher, pretty good. He kind of just sits there. He'll get you your snow, he'll get you your brows and stuff like that, and if you really need to, you can just flip them, return, get a Grapha, set this guy. They already know who that guy is, so they didn't really want to attack this and let you get another card to hand, especially if you have a gate. But he sits there and does some pretty good things. And then I run one dad. He's also pretty situational because my grave is not always the best setup for a dad. I can have anywhere between 0 to 5 to 6 Dark Worlds, and Dark's just chilling in there, and it's sometimes pretty hard to figure out my grave. But once Tour Guide hits in, this dad becomes a lot more consistent, so that works. But yeah, that's my monsters. Moving on to the spells. 2 duality. Since, again, no Tour Guides, you really set the Scar or normal summon, and your 2 dualities can work a lot more in there. I was running a 3rd, but I decided to drop the extra draw power for one more card in here, which I will show you later. 3 gates, can't not run them. Hits your fiends up. Gets you draw power, gets you pluses off searches and discards and stuff like that. 1 card destruction. A lot of people say don't run this in the beginning because Dark Worlds are going to be everywhere. And really, I don't card destruction if I'm sitting there with, you know, I know I'm not going to card destruction first turn, because a lot of the time this is consistent enough that I don't need to. It's really a late game, I have this sitting in hand, I draw a Grapha or something, I need to pop something off. I'm going to hit this, ditch my Grapha, draw 1, and get outs. And of course in the mirror, you side this out. I just don't see why people are so like, oh, don't run it, it's bad against the mirror. Yes, a lot of this is bad against the mirror, but if you're good enough, you can know how to get around all of that, and you side that stuff out. 3 Dark World dealings, extra discard, you really need it. A lot of people run 1 or 2 of these, and I just don't see how they get by. It's a draw, like I said, like a D draw. It's a +1 with a brow. Helps thin deck. Helps destroy a lot of decks' hands. A lot of decks like Plant Synchro, you start dissing Tengus and Tour Guides and stuff like that due to they don't want to get rid of their Dark Holes or their Reborns, or you hit that stuff and you hit a lot of good stuff. I run my other Dark World dealing basically, which is Dragged. This helps for that first turn, see their hand. It also helps to, find out what they're running and what kind of situations I need to play. And it gives me, just in case if I have this in 2 Mind Crush set, your hand is gonna go bye-bye, really. 1 Foolish, ditch that Grapha into Grave, thin deck. 1 Gateway, really good card, end phase, activate this, get a Grapha, something else like that. Forces them to either use a back row or that sets Solemn Warning or something they were waiting to hit that Grapha with. I just brought my Grapha back for free, and their Solemn Warning isn't really working for them since they just set it. Book of Moon, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy, and 2 MST staples. Next cards, 2 Bottomless, hit the Venus, hit mirror match Graphas, hit all that stuff, so they can't really get it back. 2 Warnings, but since I got rid of my warnings, 2 Compulse, works just as good, hits monster outs. Torrential, great play that you can make with these big pluses. Solemn, and Trap Dust Shoot. Extra deck isn't really that big since, I don't have Tour Guides. Basically just 2 Lavar, 2 Leviathan, Utopia, all the basics that you need for a extra deck. Side deck. Side deck is pretty deadly, especially for this deck. I know a lot of people say that side decking against this deck is really easy, but you have to realize Dark Worlds have a lot more options of their bad matchups and killing everything that you bring out. One is Limbs, just Rex. I face agents daily, and this card just destroys them. 2 Rains, you hit that mirror match, you draw into these, you hit those Gravekeepers, they're gonna do something that hits your hand. I mean, it's the point of the decks. Maybe, Gravekeepers won't, because they'll realize that, you know, this stuff will be in there, but again, it's not gonna hurt you to have these in there. Especially Dark World Mirror Match, they're gonna make you discard at least once or twice, and these things end up wrecking. Maxi, only have 1. It's good against agents, gets you a lot of pluses, gets you draws, stuff like that. 2 Mind Crush, gotta side this. You can easily sit there with a monsterful handful of monsters and just throw a random card out there, and you're still gonna plus either way. 1 D-Prison, just for those beatdown decks. Throw that D-Prison in there and remove something. Lightning, just kind of a throw-in. Goes up against those back-heavy decks that I might need. Or I noticed that versus my match before against them, I was drawing a lot of monsters, and they have back row heavy, so throwing one of these hits a back row, gets rid of one of my monsters for extra draw. 2 Effect Veilers, definitely need this against a lot of decks. Really Rex. MST, more back row hate. Black Horn of Heaven, I need another one of these. Really against agents and everything else, it's a free Solemn Warning, so why not? And 2 Debunk. Hits Dark Worlds, agents, everything that's grave and hand oriented, and it goes bye-bye. So yeah, that's the deck. I will update you guys when I get my tour guides in, and please comment on any changes that you guys think I should, but if you guys are, I need a reasoning behind it, because I don't want just people listing off random changes. I need to know why you're making those changes, and etc., because I know a lot of people do that, and it's like, why do you do this? Oh, I don't know, because somebody else said it's good. That's not good enough for me. So yeah, alright YouTube, peace.